If you're like most of us, you've probably spent so much time thinking about your retirement. The far majority of people think about the financial side of their retirement and then a little bit about what they want to do. And then when they retire, they realize that they should have been thinking almost equally amount about what the financial side as what you want to do in your retirement. How will you fill your days? Where will you go? What will you do? Who do you want to spend time with? And in retirement, you probably have more options than when you were working because you'll have more time than ever before, and hopefully you'll have enough money to do what makes you happy. Maybe you want to be a painter, or maybe you want to be a public speaker, maybe you want to skydive, maybe you want to mountain climb, or maybe you just want to read a book every single solitary week for the rest of your life. Whatever it is, it's wonderful. But being retired doesn't mean you have to stay with one thing for the whole entire life. Things change, interests evolve, and so retirement's really a time where you get to decide what fits you. You get to decide the rules and then adapt them as you see fit. Whatever dream you have is perfect. But here are a few different ideas about what you can do in your retirement to just make them rewarding, exciting, maybe challenging you a little bit to find a perfect retirement life balance. So here we go. Here's a few different things to do. So I always say travel, travel, travel. But if travel isn't necessarily something that you've wanted to do to go far away in the world, or if maybe your budget doesn't allow it because it can be very, very restrictive, see that your little portion of your world, see your corner of it. There's so many. I've lived in Calgary now since probably 25 years. And I haven't seen so many things. I used to get out more when the kids were little. We would go see things, but I haven't seen so many things. There's parks, there's museums, there's just spending even an afternoon having a picnic at the airport. I love watching planes come in and land. There's so many things that you can do just in your own corner of the world. So it's exciting. You don't have to go to far away places to see some new things. Now this next one is kind of unique because it's all about what we think kids go to summer camp. But the grown-up version of summer camp is just equally as fun, but there's so many camps that you could go to. So for example, and they're not necessarily all called camps, but you could go to a spa retreat. That would be amazing. You could go to a golf school if you love golfing. You could go to a fishing seminar or a fishing weekend if you love fishing. If you're a book reader, you could go to a book group. There's so many like summer camps. The list of possibilities is endless and lots of things to do. And traditional camp activities with adults is a little bit different. You can have cocktails at night, sit around the campfire, whatever it might be. It would be a ton of fun to do that. Number 3, I like this one, and again, it depends on your budget, but relocate seasonally. Now, living in Calgary, the summers are beautiful. The winters, not so much. So we head down south quite often, but you can do it on a budget as well. For example, there's some websites out there that are house swap websites. So you swap houses with someone in a location. For example, I had a friend of ours who swapped her house in Calgary for a home in Italy for a month. She was in Tuscany, Italy for a month. She took classes on cooking classes. She would walk every day. It was amazing. And then same thing, depending upon your financial situation, maybe take a seasonal job somewhere. So you could, like in Canada, or where I live, there's ski hills. The ski hills and will hire people from almost anywhere, and you could live on the ski hill for a winter. That's an amazing thing to do. So explore relocating seasonally because it's such a unique thing to do. Now, the next one, I'm working on this, but I'm working on it in retired time, but write a book. So there's so many courses that you could take, or you could go on YouTube and look at how to write a book, but anything that you like, as long as you like the subject and you want to, you can write a book, and there's self-publishing. Amazon lets you publish it. There's so many different ways to do it that writing a book or publishing a book is no longer as difficult as it used to be. And I heard that Laura Ingalls Wilder published her first book when she was 64 years old. That's crazy. So now the next one is possibly, now I say become a teacher. That doesn't mean that you have to go back to school and go to university and become a real formal teacher, although that could be an option. But what do you like? What do you have knowledge in that you could give back to the community, that you could mentor people, or that maybe you could hold classes for? You can create online courses so easily nowadays, and you could you could be a video person on Udemy or wherever you want. There's so many places that you can do this. You could really become a tutor and help other people and help them to learn your expertise. The next one that I think is really, really interesting is learn to play an instrument. Learn anything. Even if you don't think you really have a musical bone in your body, it doesn't really matter. The end result isn't that you're going to go play, isn't that you're going to go play for millions of people in a concert hall. It's fulfillment, it's peace, it's learning, it's staying active, it's staying vital. So learn an instrument. What have you always wanted to learn? That's crazy. And it's a great way to keep your brain healthy as well. Now, this next one that I really like this, but it's difficult for some people, and it's to grow your friend base. So too often as people, we have this little tiny circle of friends, and I have some amazing, amazing friends, but I'm always looking to grow my friend base, grow that circle, and be richer for it. So it's a great idea, but in order to do that, you really need to step outside of your comfort zone, and that's hard for some people. So I highly recommend it, but I completely understand if you're uncertain how to do that. And then this next one, the second last one, is one that I really, really like to do, and it's keep up with technology. Now, I use my computer. I'm on YouTube. I have different software programs. I'm constantly learning with technology. There's still some things I can't do. I can't hook up my own speakers on my TV, but the computer technology I really enjoy, but any kind, because we really were the first ones to grow up in a world with the internet. We love that technology, but just don't be afraid of it. Embrace it and keep on learning. And then this last one, if you're lucky enough, this is my favorite, if you're lucky enough to have grandchildren, I have 6 of the most perfect kids in the world. But if you're lucky enough to have grandkids, spend time with your grandkids. It is the most joyful, wonderful thing in the world. They help me anyhow to stay young. We run, we laugh, we swim, we tell jokes. Even my 17-year-old granddaughter, we just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. It's wonderful. So if you are lucky enough, embrace it and spend some time with your grandchildren. So I'm Maureen Dobransky. This is Life Starts at Retirement. I hope you can find some amazing things to do in your retirement just to make it a little bit more remarkable. I'm here every Monday morning, and I look forward to seeing you soon.